All right. Preliminary hearing date is going to be the 1st of April at 1:30 in the afternoon. You will be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services under some very strict conditions. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, including knives.
That's not life,
Comply with monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. No contact at this time with your mother. You don't go to her residence or workplace. You to be transported to CRC from the jail. You to comply with assessment and treatment, and you're not to leave CRC prior to medical discharge. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further from either counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may inquire, so, I mean, he's not going to be at CRC indefinitely. Are you able to impose some sort of order as to where he needs to live when he gets out? Because I mean, can he live in Casa Grande, which is out of Pima County?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, he can live with his aunt. He's obviously able to get back to Pima County. So.
Okay, thank you.
Needs to comply with pretrial services upon his release as well. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
There's no way this could be live right now. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at. It's already
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Thursday where I'm at.
Your Cuficio's family.
Hey, you're welcome,
Do
Lex.
you know what hospital he was taken to?
I do not know.
Okay, because we haven't heard from him in 6 days.
I have no further information.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay.
But they don't have night court where I'm at. They only have night court Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. regular business hours.
Go ahead and take a seat right here.
Welcome. Welcome. You have a collect call from. And this is Pima County, Arizona. And this is live and direct from my mama's basement, if you will. Can I get a collect call, roll call? Where's everybody tuning in from tonight? Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Lynn. Thank you for asking. Texas, Canada, Ohio, Connecticut. I love from the UK. I love you. I love everybody, especially from the UK in the city of San Francisco, right? Not San Fernando, right? Kentucky, West Virginia, Arizona. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, I will request the stickers. Did you get my request? Yeah, I mailed them out. You should be. I mailed them out the same time that I mailed them out with Lex. So you should be getting them. You're.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are.
You're all the way in the East Coast. So.
How are you doing, Your Honor?
Okay, your name
Andre Andiari
and the rest of your name?
is Leon Smith.
Still can't. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh. Hey, hello. Hey, my apologies. Thank you, Tonka, for letting me know. I be turning off the microphone sometimes, if you will. How is everybody doing tonight? And welcome to You Have a Collect Call from Andre 1000 and the rest of your name. Laughing out loud is not a scam. That's right, Chicali. I appreciate it.
A couple of things here for you out of Pima County Justice Court. I have a warrant charging you with shoplifting that is alleged occurred in December of 2020.
2020, damn, and they just caught him right now. He had a pretty good run.
Appear on August the 9th of 2022.
What's on
and then I
your
have charges
background?
from today. Threats,
Is the
assault,
court
disorderly conduct, criminal damage.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're right next door, Lex.
If you are given a court date, are you going to appear in court?
Hell,
Definitely, yes, Your Honor.
hey, what up, Donna, or Don Amy? I forgot Don Amy. Thank you. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Juan? How's it going tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? Yeah, this judge she's straight up business. She's not here for none of that foolishness, if you will.
I'll give you another chance on these, but
Another
no more
chance.
incidents.
What up, Andy? Gonna give him a
You
chance.
don't go back to the store or to the Gospel Rescue Mission. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you need to be in Pima County Justice Court on March the 24th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
But in my county, they wouldn't give you OR if you miss court 3 times. Well, in Pima County, they will, but you're most likely to get a charge for either shoplifting or domestic violence or aggravated DUI. And you might be wondering what's
No alcohol or
aggravated
illegal drugs,
DUI.
no firearms or weapons.
Juan, yeah, he will eventually one day, but he's still, man, he still needed like more, like, I don't know, like 18 more years on his sentence. No show for show. That's right.
Thank you, Mr. Kuntz Smith.
Yeah,
Thank you, Your Honor.
he still has some like a grip of years before he could go in front of the parole board. So that guy, he was requesting a clemency. He wasn't up for parole. Which court was it? Was it a parole board hearing? Utah, Connecticut, or one of these initial appearances? He's done 16. Yeah, and he had a 38. Yeah, so he had 22 more years. Yeah, he still had a grip more time.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Julia Molina Robles.
Yeah, I got 2 lives running. No, actually, I got 4, actually. I got 4 out of Miami on Miami-Dade. Okay, I'll check it
North
out.
Robles. I have quite a number of things here for you. I have 4 files out of Pima County Justice Court. I have charges from January 6th of this
Damn,
year
Mark,
for
that's
shoplifting,
bad, man.
failing to appear on
Hopefully,
February the 3rd.
hopefully things work out for you, man. Hey, just stay on top of your doctors. You're gonna be your biggest
Charges
advocate.
from August 27th of last year for shoplifting, failing to appear on October the 23rd. Charges from June 3rd of 2023 for shoplifting, failing to appear on July the 11th of 2023.
Welcome, Ryan. Welcome. Oh, nice.
And charges for shoplifting earlier today.
Today?
Don't remember the other ones.
Hmm?
I don't remember the other ones that I had to go to court for.
What do you mean you don't remember them?
The one from last year. Didn't know how to go.
I hate when that happens. Yeah, she's like a moving, walking crime spree, if you will.
Well, I also have 5 files, 6, 1, 2, 3, 6 files out of Tucson City Court.
Damn.
We'll go through those in a moment, but you didn't appear on any of those either.
What were they for?
I'll go through those in a few moments.
Maybe. Serial thief. She got sticky fingers. She's getting that. She's getting that free 99 discount. I watched a parole hearing on YT James. The guy did good. The last one, right? What was the last guy, right? From Connecticut? Free discounts. Oh, those are my favorite. I used to love free discounts when I was a kid. My favorite. It's like piracy. It's like punching somebody in the dark. Nobody gets hurt. I was getting ready to say that, James, laughing out loud. What happens to the last one is Connecticut. I think he got found suitable. I was just reading the comments, so that's what I'm assuming.
We'll
from the
appoint Gary
comments.
Grinkowicz to represent you on these charges. Bond will be $500. Court date will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the justice court charges, and you're not to go back to any of these incident locations.
Not being released today.
If
I'm-
you post a $500 bond,
I'm not sure what the charges were.
I'm homeless. I don't have money. I don't work.
The only ones that I set on today was the morning ones for Iowa, and then we did one from Connecticut, and then I took
I
it down.
can I please be released?
no.
No,
You've got 3 files in justice court where you didn't show up in court and new charges today. You've got 6 files in city court where you didn't show up in court. You're
But-
not a candidate for release.
but Judge,
The
I was,
chances, the chances of you returning to court are not very good.
Judge, I
So the
promise.
I
answer-
will,
No,
I promise, Judge, I'll go back.
I
this
will
time.
return. I didn't know I have six files. What are the 6 files for?
I'll tell you about those 6. I've told you about those, the ones from justice court.
Judge, what happened was I had a job. As a matter of fact, I got a job in a few hours. It's a brand new job. I'm gonna be working at Taco Bell. Actually, it's an interview, but once I
I
go to the
never
interview,
got no paperwork for some justice. My sister doesn't give me all my mails. She doesn't give me everything, and I didn't know I had court.
You would have received citations.
You couldn't hear the judge if I wasn't speaking. She talks too low.
Don't remember that.
Can you be quiet? Can you get
I
out?
honestly don't remember the citations, but I want to know what they're for. So I promise I'll return.
You have too many charges.
Some people have the nerve. You guys got some nerve. Coming in here, I never seen your name in my life, and you're telling me to be quiet. This is Arizona. That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, they just popped up here and think they're
I
running.
don't
the
want to get
show.
my stuff stolen that I just got from the Salvation Army where I'm at the camp. Don't want to lose any of it. I don't want it stolen. I just got it in.
I can, but it hasn't gotten to that point yet.
Do promise to return.
Your history is
What
Too
up,
great.
Sarah? Coming in from
made to justify releasing you.
keep on talking.
Please.
Go through the city court charge. Start with charges from May 2nd of 2023. For assault and disorderly conduct.
Damn, assault.
These were alleged
I
occurred
know
around
you
our
guys
Dallas
love it.
Highway in Irvington. According to you were intoxicated. You were escorted off the front end bus.
Keep on
sleeping
talking.
on the
If
bus,
you will.
For what?
threatened
Man,
the
you guys
bus
crack me up.
For falling asleep at the bus?
on the bus.
They never gave me.
Let me finish, please.
Okay.
Be quiet.
You were seen in custody on May the 2nd. You were given a court date of May the 8th if you were in custody, and June the 5th if you were out of custody. You were out of custody. You didn't appear on June the 5th.
What up, Diamond?
So a warrant was issued. You came in July of 2023, filed a motion to quash, given a court date the end of August of 2023. You didn't show up.
Ah, wow. If they don't like me talking, they're not gonna like this one.
You then came in again in November of 2023. You didn't have the warrant quashed. You given a court date of November 22nd, and you did not appear.
Did I just hear a toilet flush?
They get all into the full.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Then
What were the
we have
Flushed.
charges, then we have charges from June the 26th of 2023 for shoplifting at 1555 West Valencia. Given a court date of July the 10th of 2023, didn't appear. And then we have similar failure to appear or failures to appear motions to quash. Charges from June the 25th of 2024. for assault.
I-
Alleged to have occurred at the Math and Science Academy.
I am in the bathroom.
Math and
There is no
science.
door.
And failing to appear on July the 8th.
With math, where's that Math and Science Academy at?
We're not
Where's
talking
that?
about facts. I'm just telling you what's alleged to have occurred and where it's alleged to have occurred. Then we have charges from August the 30th of last year for disorderly conduct at, looks like 1691 West Valencia, Casa Bella Apartments, alleging that you were throwing rocks.
Rocks. Literally.
And you had a court date on August the 12th and didn't appear at that.
Who does
They never
that?
gave me a citation for that. I wasn't the one throwing rocks. The officer had confirmed that. It wasn't me because they sent me a letter, but they never told me that I had to go to
You've
court.
got somebody, looks like a signature on here that says Julian Robles.
That wasn't me. That was my other
Then we
personality.
have charges from November the 26th of last year for criminal trespass, 660 West Valencia. You were given a court date of December the 9th and didn't appear then.
Where at again?
And then we have charges for shoplifting on and possession of paraphernalia on August the 30th of last year, failing to appear on September the 12th. This was alleged to occur at 1691 West Valencia.
Paraphernalia.
My
I
dog
don't-
signed it.
I don't do paraphernalia.
Yeah, they do. And somebody else is talking on the background. It's probably one of the deputies talking in the background. That's what you guys are hearing.
Right, you'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges.
8 o'clock is gonna be Maricopa, but I'm gonna switch over once this one's over. I hate when that happens. When it wasn't me,
Your
it
bond
was
will
my
be
sister.
$250 on these charges.
That's it.
If you post the bond report, it's April the 10th at 2 o'clock. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to have contact with the victims in these matters. Go back to any incident location. If you have not posted the bond, you'll be seen next week, Friday at about 1:45 on video.
Plot twist. She has a twin sister.
So I have court tomorrow and then on Friday.
Tomorrow and then next Friday, the 21st.
I can be released, but I have a lot of stuff that I just got. I'm homeless and I don't want it to be stolen. Please, man.
You have at least 5 shoplifting charges present,
5? Where's she gonna go shopping?
pending right now.
She's banned from Circle K,
6.
from Target, from Walmart.
You've got criminal trespass charges, assault charges, and you have never voluntarily appeared in court. The answer is no.
Judge,
God.
what happened was I didn't have a way to get there. I didn't have a ride.
But will I be released then?
After you go to prison.
Talk to your attorney. You might not.
I want to know where she's gonna go shopping or shoplifting
Your
at that, because I
failure to
believe she
appear
doesn't
history
shop.
is pretty extensive.
I promise I'll return.
I promise.
I do, I promise.
Yeah.
And please.
She said, please. And she gets one of these. Up next on The Price is Wrong. Who do we have today? Or tonight, should I say, my good man? Wearing a mask.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Arnie Arnold.
Mr. Arnold. The citations here charging you with domestic violence assault,
Ah,
domestic
wow.
violence disorderly conduct, and domestic violence endangerment.
Can I get some toilets on the screen, please? Some toilet emojis, if you will.
These are alleged to have occurred on or about the 28th of February.
I think she is. I don't think she had somewhere to go. She's probably better off incarcerated. Ah, why? Say no to domestic violence is no bueno. Don't put your hands on your partner. This is a public announcement that's been brought to you by James at You Gotta Collect Call From. Don't be that person. And I'll also remember, you ever end up in Pima County, Dade County, or Maricopa County, give us a shout out, please, at Collect Call From during the hearing. We'll highly appreciate it. Or if you're going to the Board of Parole in Utah, Connecticut, Oregon, or any of the states that we stream, please give us a shout out if you will. Would highly appreciate it. Somebody might steal the stuff she stole. Hey, do you guys remember the other day when I was talking about Stacy, the encounter I had with Stacy? I finally went ahead and put up the video. So for anybody that wants to check it out, it's gonna be on the smaller channel, and it's gonna be a roller coaster of a story, if you will. As someone had a bad meal tonight. So this guy here, he's in custody right now. He just got picked up. So it's his bail hearing to check if they're gonna either let him out on his own recognizance OR, or if he's gonna have to pay a bail. But this judge, she's a bit on the slow side, so it might take a minute or two for her to get around to talking to him, if you will.
Your
This
next court date on these matters is going to be April the 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court. Do you understand that you need to be present at that time?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
hey,
No drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact with Alana or Prince Arnold, and you don't go to their residence. If you have personal belongings there, you may return once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold.
thank you, Mr. Arnold. Goodbye and good day to you, Mr. Arnold, if you will. James, why do you always say if you will? So I won't say, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Because we are in court. I gotta be professional here. I can't be talking to the judge like I just came off the street, if you will.
Right here. See over there.
Ay, ay, ay. Maricopa, 10 more minutes. We got 10 more minutes for Maricopa, if you will. James,
Good
can you
evening,
answer
I'm
my
Judge
question?
Shade, and you are
What question?
Ms. Cooper?
Oh, she's
I have citation here from February 28th of 2022.
damn, she's about to fall out that chair right there. She's leaning.
For
Is she gonna
shoplifting,
fall? Shoplifting.
which occurred at 4320 North Arnold, along with
She's
of
gonna fall.
failures
She's
to
gonna
appear.
fall. Oh, she got she regained her balance. She's gonna fall. She's gonna fall.
I also
Oh,
have charges from January 19th of 2023. Possession of prescription-only drugs, possession of paraphernalia, and failures to appear. We'll reappoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. I will release you on these charges because you do have a felony warrant. Your next court date is going to be May the 16th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Puck.
We'll have a single there.
Damn, I thought she was gonna fall. I thought she was a goner.
Vincent?
I didn't think she was gonna be able to regain her balance. I thought her equilibrium was off. Did she get out? I'm not sure. I was too busy talking. That's the only problem with talking. I wasn't paying attention, if you will. Hey, what's up, Jennifer? She got released. What do you guys think this guy did right here? He looks kind of suspicious. I think if I was walking on the same side of the same side of the street as him, I would probably have to walk across the street. What's up? What's up, Madison? Oh, mama, that's so nice. I like it. What are you, a turtle?
Not a alien.
You're-
Good evening, I'm Judge Hayden. Your name, sir?
Brent Swinson.
No sé.
And JL, do we have any Spanish speakers that you're aware of?
Oh, Your Honor.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Babb.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Quinton, I have a stack of files here for you. And
Sure.
the current charges for possession of paraphernalia
Dice,
and failing to
"Oh,
comply with a
little
court
one."
order. Is violating a restraining order.
Yeah, I have an order of protection that I just received that I brought with me.
You really don't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, he's going through it.
I have another citation that appears to be similar.
Thank you,
They
guys.
may actually be a duplicate.
Oh, he's in a good one.
Then I have charges from January the 15th for criminal trespass at the same location. Along with paraphernalia and then failing to appear in court.
Madison, happy late birthday. He's jonesing, yup. I'm going to call this for a cara chueca or a crooked face, but it sounds a lot cooler in Spanish. He's on one.
Charges for domestic violence, criminal trespass on January the 10th,
Did-
November the 10th of last year,
Did somebody say
failing to appear in
domestic
court.
violence?
Domestic violence?
What makes it domestic violence is not that there was violence, but that you and the alleged victim have a familial relationship.
Okay, I didn't believe that we were in any kind of domestic violence situation.
Well, it's, like I said, it's not violent. It just means that you and the victim have a relationship, a familial relationship.
Okay,
Okay?
okay. Patricia Lee Patton. That's at the victim.
In some of these cases, yeah.
It's been a long year. Okay, well, it says Patricia Lee Patton on this, or I don't know.
Well, on your order of protection, that's all.
Yeah, well, it's a kind of a, that's the only thing that they told me I was in fault of.
Well, that's the new charges today, but there's all these.
I don't know, that's, well, when these gentlemen came and picked me up, they said,
All right,
it
let me.
was protection and blah, 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 and this is the one I had with me.
Charges from October the 29th of last year for criminal trespass, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct. Will appoint city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Hold you on a $250 bond. No alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with Patricia Patton. You don't go to within 3 blocks of 1435 South 10th or 1209 South 11th. You're still in custody. You'll be seen on video on March the 21st, about 1:45. If you post the bond, your next court date is April the 21st at 10 o'clock in the morning in Tucson City Court. Right?
It looks like that guy looks like he's all up in
So
his.
can you repeat that again?
You'll get a copy of the paperwork.
Okay, I'll take your remote.
Why does he look like he's all up on his wishing stone over there in front of the judge? That's very disrespectful. Like he's hiding something under there. Unstable.
All right, thank you, Mr. Swinson.
All right, guys, we're gonna go and switch over. We're gonna switch over to Maricopa County, if you will. Give me a moment here. And we're going off right now. Let's see right here.
This bracket, I have a warrant here charging for narcotic drugs, possession of paraphernalia, alleged occurred on June 13th of last year.
She
Will
looks
appoint
young.
Legal advocate to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
Super young.
Yes, Your Honor. We're actually asking that you give her another shot on pretrial services. I understand that she was originally released and then failed to appear. However, this is almost a year old, this case. Her circumstances are extremely different now than they were back then. Now she is currently living at the Haven. She's been at their facility since December 31st. She was in the process of handling all her misdemeanor cases, particularly at Marana Justice Court, getting fingerprinted on her misdemeanors when she got picked up on this warrant and taken here. So she is in the process of sorting these things out. She's now stable, sober, and has the Haven to return back to if you release her tonight. We talked about the importance of calling pretrial services. The Haven has a phone she can use to call and check in. So we're asking you give her another shot on pretrial, given these are personal possession drugs and
Enough with that. We need to pick up the pace. Where the hell is my link at here? Here we go. Oh, yes, indeed. We're back at Maricopa County. Let me turn on my camera over here. Let me fix up the screen really quick. Bam. Let's go ahead and make it full size instead of fun size.
All right, guys, go stand up.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Oh, no. We got a typer here.
Good evening, counsel.
Good evening.
Oh, somebody got their lawyer here. You know, guys know what that means. All right. If you guys want to continue watching Pima, I got it running on a separate stream.
And counsel, I believe you're appearing for Mr. Santiago, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I do believe that he is Spanish speaking, so we'll have to get someone from the language line on. So I have him currently at the end of the calendar. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
That's fine.
All right.
Good evening. This is the time for the 8 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on March 12th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's go ahead and get started with Elizabeth Daniel to the podium, and then Devin Murphy to the chair, please.
All right. We got your honor on the screen. Court goes late. Yup. The last one's at 11 p.m., so we still
Good
have one
evening. May I
more.
have your name and date of birth?
Good evening. Elizabeth Daniel and 2872.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. You were indicted on 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence with a license suspended or revoked for DUI. Those are class 4 felonies. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I am setting an arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Because these allegations allegedly occurred while you were on felony release on another felony matter, I do have to hold you non-bondable today. So I am setting an evidentiary hearing on March 19th at 1:30 p.m. Speak with your attorney. Your attorney can argue for your release at that point in time. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
When I went to court this morning, they said that I had a $100 bond.
$100 bond?
Mm-hmm.
That's not
A
correct.
thousand. They said it was 100 collateral or something like that. That's what the one.
Not on this case. It does look like that you had a bond, $1,000 bond set
Yeah,
on your
I came
other
this
felony
morning.
case, but this one I have to hold you non-bondable. So don't post that bond.
Okay.
Okay? All that's going to be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Somebody's
Devin
Dion.
Murphy to the podium
Is
and
not getting
Christopher
out.
Johnson to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Devin Murphy, 1983.
Bless
Is
you.
it August 24th,
August
1983?
24th, 1983.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, domestic violence, impeding breathing, a class 4 felony, and preventing or interfering with a telephone in an emergency, class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a bond today in the amount of $10,000 secured on this case. If you do post a bond, I am ordering pretrial services to supervise you in the community and for them to install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Not at that moment.
Okay. So talk with your attorney about any questions that you may have after you leave court today, but all the information I reviewed with you is going to be in that paperwork. Go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
I'm sorry, I do. As far
Go
as traveling, because I travel for work and I'm traveling, and I have a flight that's supposed to be leaving on the 20th. Is that something I'm able to do? And
So you can talk with your attorney about that, and that can be requested at the next hearing. That, as of right now, I'm not giving you permission to leave Maricopa County. So talk with your attorney about that. Also, you will be held in custody until that bond is posted. So regardless of whether you have permission or not to travel, you have to post that bond to be released.
Okay.
Okay? So all that's in that paperwork. Talk with your attorney about that for the next hearing, okay?
Okay.
Grab that paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Plot twist. He's
Christopher Johnson to the podium.
plot twist. He's
And Davion Dedeaux to the chair, please.
an air pilot or airline pilot. He's not gonna make that
Good evening.
flight.
May I have your name and date of birth?
Christopher Johnson, 10-1480.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases, failure to appear and then an arrest warrant. On your failing to appear case, it's on a case involving dangerous drug possession. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will affirm the bond and the warrant. That's a $2,500 secured bond on that case. We're also here today on an arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a status conference on March 18th and a preliminary hearing on March 20th to match your first case. And I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $500 on this case. So you have a total bond of $3,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Yeah, and this is
Davion Dudo to the podium.
This is live court. This is Maricopa
Lakota
County
Stroish to the chair, please.
in Arizona. This isn't AI. This isn't Chat GBT.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Davion Dudo, June 16th, 1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of aggravated assault of a first responder, class 4 felonies, 1 count of resisting arrest, physical force, class 6 felony, 1 count of driving under the influence with liquor, drugs, or vapor in your system, class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of disobeying or resisting an order or mandate of the court, class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am going to set a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I'm ordering pretrial services to supervise you in the community and for them to conduct alcohol testing and monitoring as a condition of your release. I'm also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So you said I have assault against first responders.
Correct.
I have blotches in my memory. My night started with me waking up from an airbag. Does that play into a factor at all of that?
So we're not determining today whether you actually did any of the things that they've said you've done. We're just here to determine whether you should have been arrested on those allegations. You still have the ability to contest any of those allegations against you, and that's partially the reason why I'm appointing you an attorney to represent you. So talk with your attorney about what your next steps are and basically give them the full rundown. But tell your attorney that information because that's protected information. If you talk about it during the record today, all that's going to be recorded and they could use it against you.
Okay.
So your next steps are definitely going to be to talk to your attorney.
How do I go about leaving this facility? Because if I don't leave tonight, I might as well be a dead man walking.
Okay, so you can post a bond of $2,500. That's the bond that I'm ordering today. You can post that either yourself or through a bonding company. The detention officers will provide you with additional information on your next steps in that when you get back to processing.
Will I be able to receive my property in order to place that bond?
You can talk to them about what you'll have access to. Okay, go ahead and grab that paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Hey, thank you for that. Hey, this fool said I'm a dead man walking.
To the podium.
Like, oh yeah, let him go free because of that. If that's the case, sir, you could go home.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Leticia V, 6/30/1999.
Thank you. We are here today on 4 failure to appear bench warrants.
Oh, she's tired.
The first is on a case involving narcotic drug possession. The second is on a case involving drug paraphernalia. The third is on a case involving drug paraphernalia. And the fourth is on a case involving drug paraphernalia, all of them probation violations. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in each of those 4 matters. I'm setting all 4 of them for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bonds in each of the warrants. That's a $750 bond on the first case and then $500 on each of the second, second, third, and fourth cases. So you have a total bond of $2,250. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Hey, so for these, they only
Aaron
get
Matthews to the podium and Larry Stevens to
they
the
only
chair.
get a lawyer if they pay for their lawyer. This initial appearance, they're not entitled to a lawyer because pretty much everybody has to say no, not guilty. Oh, that whippersnapper, he's having a hard time making it to the podium.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Aaron Randall Matthews, April 20th of 1973.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case and then 3 probation violations. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on 3 term 1 probation violations. I'll appoint you an attorney on each of those cases. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on each of those 3 matters on March 19th at 8:30. That's also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on each of the 4 cases in the amount of $250. So you have a total bond of $1,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
1903.
No, I guess not. I'm confused. I'm sorry, because of my multiple sclerosis. I don't understand. You're requesting a $250 bond for each?
On each matter.
On
So
each matter.
that's a total bond of $1,000. The $1,000 will have to be paid before you can be released. Otherwise, you can talk with your attorney, and your attorney can argue for your release at the next hearing, which is on the 18th.
Is there any way to get that reduced today, Your Honor?
Not at this point in time.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Larry Stevens to the podium.
That dude is
and Joe Trujillo to the chair, please.
He's going through it. Yep. That's messed up.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
It's going to be Larry Stevens and 5/5 of 92.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked for DUI, both class 4 felonies. That's from an incident in November of 2023. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in that case. I'm setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the arrest warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. I'm also ordering pretrial services supervision in the community if you do post that bond, with alcohol testing and monitoring as a condition of your release. I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Your Honor, I also online see that there's a $500 fines and fees. I think my bill was totaling in $1,500. I was wondering.
It does look like there's a holdout of the Chandler City Court, but they do their own initial appearances. I'm not here to do that case today. So if there's a holdout of Chandler City Court, they'll likely transport you to Chandler to be seen on that case as well.
So I would not be able to post that $500?
They're not going to let you out until you go see Chandler first. So once you see Chandler, then you can post bond to be released.
Even if I see that there's a bill already on there? Because it's showing up.
It's possible if it's a misdemeanor case, you could post that
It
before.
is a misdemeanor. It's a driving.
But there's a hold on you right now. So that'll be more of a question for processing when you get over there. They'll let you know more information about how to go.
So should I hold on posting the 1,000? Or does that, or if I post 1,000, does that give them?
So the 1,000 is in your Superior Court case. That's for the felony allegations.
Okay.
The $500 hold is out of Chandler City Court for a misdemeanor. So
can
if
I
it's a
post that
misdemeanor
to be
case,
released from here?
there's a potential to do that. Talk to the detention officers when you get back to holding, because they have more information on the Chandler case than I do. I just have a note that there is a Chandler case. So I don't have any information other than there is a hold and it's for a $500 bond. But I don't know anything else on that case.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Next.
Joe Trujillo to the podium and Dwayne Barr to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Joe Gabriel Trujillo, date of birth 11/18/2004.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving trafficking, stolen property, and theft. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I'm setting a disposition hearing on March 18th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond and the warrant. That's a $750 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
What up, D?
Dwayne Barr to the podium. They'll bring you your paperwork. Go ahead and just take a seat for right now. And then Charles Coons to the chair, please.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Dwayne Barr, 11/21/1963.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different justice court cases. They're both out of the Santan Justice Court. I will appoint you an attorney on both of these cases. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Santan Justice Court on March 17th at 8:30. That's on the case involving criminal trespassing, a Class 1 misdemeanor. And I'll set the same arraignment hearing on your second case, which is criminal trespassing, Class 1 misdemeanor, and failing to appear, Class 2 misdemeanor. I am going to set secured bonds in both cases. It's a $250 bond on each case, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Jessica.
Okay, just one, because you said that when you separated the cases, you confused the dates. Is all of my court, because they're all from the same court?
They're the same dates. So the same dates on both cases. They're going to be on March 17th at 8:30.
And my total bail is $500 secured?
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Go ahead and grab your paper. They'll bring your paperwork in just a second. Just go ahead and take a seat, okay?
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Charles Coons to the podium and Michael Eimer to the chair, please.
Michael Coons.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Charles Nathan Coons, 12/23/77, sir.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney on this case. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on this case. We're also here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the West Mesa Justice Court involving a case with theft, control of property, Class 1 misdemeanor. I'll appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on March 17th at 8:30, and I will also set a secured bond in the amount of $250 on that case. So you have a total bond of $500. If you post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if it's a slight possibility, because I'm just trying to get out there and be a father, you know, and that's the reason why I had to take off out of town and go get my son and everything to begin with. So I was just wondering if there's a chance to possibly, as you can see with my record, I sit there and been on pretrial services, but through flying high, flying colors. I mean, before my sentencing on probation, I wonder if there's possibly me getting released to pretrial services, full monitoring.
So
curfew and all.
Couple of things. Pretrial services really isn't available when you're already on probation because you're already being supervised by adult probation. Second, the probation violation terms 3, 5, and 15 are essentially that you're not abiding by probation supervision and by your terms of probation. So as of right now, probation is reporting that you have not reported as directed since at least early February. So it's been a full month, almost month and a half at this point, since they've actually had eyes on you, and you're on intensive probation. Yeah. So, I mean, what they're reporting right now, and none of this has actually been proven yet, you have the ability to contest this, but what they're alleging against you is that you are not abiding by probation's terms. Yeah. So I understand what you're telling me, but I am going to set that bond. Talk with your attorney. If that bond is too much, your attorney can argue for a reduction or to release you at the next hearing, but I am going to hold you on that bond today.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Yeah, he's practically a dad of the year.
Michael Eimer to the podium and John Hodges to the chair, please.
What up, Frank? Hey, thank you, live. Why?
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Michael Dwayne, Edward Eimer, November 7th, 1987.
Thank you. We are here today on two different probation violation warrants for violating terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in both warrants. It's a $250 bond on each case, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I'm homeless. I don't have money. I don't have nothing. It's hard for me to get anything like that. I stay on the streets. My mom, she let me come stay with her, but I don't have no way to get in touch.
So you will have access to a phone when you get back to processing. If you go through a bonding company, it's 10% plus collateral. So that would be $50. I know that that's still not a small amount of money, but I am going to affirm the bonds and the warrants at this point in time because they're reporting you haven't had really any contact with probation. So I am also appointing you an attorney on these cases. You can talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for your release at the next hearing. But as of right now, I'm going to hold you on these bonds.
So I was just trying to find somewhere to sleep. It was raining. I didn't have nowhere to go.
Understandable. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Hey, what was Lenny Kravitz saying? I didn't understand what word he was saying.
John Hodges to the podium and Douglas Bertram to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
John Hodges, 82159.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation and an arrest warrant. On your probation violation warrant, it's for violating term 1. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on that case. We're also here because you were charged with 1 count of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. And I will also issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on that case. So you have a total bond of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Chasing
Yes, I have a question. If I was going through the VA, through them, could I go through them also?
You can. I would suggest talking with your attorney about that. There are some things like Veterans Court that are available to you further down the line, not for today's purposes. But talk to your attorney about what's open for you.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Douglas Bertram to the podium and Chris Cardenas to the chair, please.
Thank you, guys. Highly appreciate it.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Douglas Bertram, 3/30/1968.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked for DUI with class 4 felonies. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond that's in the arrest warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering pretrial services supervision with alcohol testing and monitoring as a condition of your release. I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so on my next court date, can my attorney try to give me a word?
That's a possibility. That'll be up to your next judge, though.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Chris Cardenas to the podium and Ariana Conklin to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good evening, Your Honor. Chris Jose Cardenas, 11/28/89.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving 3 counts of aggravated DUI, class 4 felonies. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat.
Thank you.
Hey, that
Ariana Conklin to the podium and
He's out of
Ricardo
control.
Gonzalez to the chair, please.
Out of control. 3 aggravated DUIs. That's bananas.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Ariana Conklin, October 8, 1996.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat. Ricardo Gonzalez to the podium and Mario Tapia to the chair, please.
Does he have
Good
a
evening,
death
sir.
row
May I have
shirt
your name
on?
and date of birth?
Ricardo Gonzalez, 4/15/89.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 5, and 7 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Am I being released?
No, you have a bond.
No, I have.
So go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Adios, amigo.
Mario
Adios.
Tapia to the podium and Colby Taylor to the chair, please.
Hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna go down to Maricopa County. I'm gonna pass out some shirts to everybody in the streets.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name
I'm
and
gonna
date
see
of
my
birth?
shirts right here on this stream.
May 28, 83.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, you can be released, but I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork and take a seat.
Nah, I'm drinking some chocolate.
Colby Taylor to the podium and
some
Carrie
hot cocoa.
Wyans to the chair, please.
I'm sipping on some hot cocoa.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Colby Taylor, July 13th, 2013, or 2002.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony,
All right,
and then
Lex.
2 different counts of DUI, both class 1 misdemeanors. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference post warrant on March 18th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $100 secured bond. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, instead of the bond, could I do pretrial services?
Not at this point in time. Your failure to appear was at sentencing, so I am going to hold you on that bond for your sentencing hearing.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left.
And one more question. Is that a secured bond?
It is.
So with a secured bond, most bond companies won't do under $1,000. Is that correct?
Every bonding company sets their own terms. Some of them won't go lower than $1,000. Some will. You'll have to call them to see what their terms are.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Hey, Mogs, thank you. Gracias.
Carrie
Highly
Wyans to the
appreciate it.
podium.
If you're not tapping, you must be napping. What's up? If you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Are you out of your
May I have
mind?
your name and date of birth?
Carrie Wyans to the 1254.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony,
What up,
1
Lisa?
count of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a status conference on March 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 31st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you'll appear at your next court date. I'm also ordering as a part of your release that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Damn. She's doing bad.
And then we'll have Jose Santiago to the podium.
If you ever do illicit substances, this is where you might end up. Rough timing it, hard timing it. Don't do it.
Citation authorization. Please.
Ah, we got that.
Do we have our interpreter on the line?
I am. I'm the interpreter.
May I have your name and your interpreter number, please?
Of course. My name is Soliaris, and my ID is 399736.
Thank you. And are you prepared to interpret for a legal matter? Are you prepared to interpret for a legal matter?
¿Qué? No Nintendo. They got a T-Moo
Yes.
interpreter.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Sir, may I have your name and date of birth?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Nope. It's not gonna
Yes,
work
I
out.
can hear you.
It's not gonna work out.
Okay, are you ready to start interpreting?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, may I have your name and date of birth?
Señor, ¿me puede dar su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
Sí, soy José Santiago y mi fecha de nacimiento es agosto 20 del 83.
August 20th, 83.
José Santiago.
Yeah,
José
this
Santiago.
is not gonna work out here.
Thank you. And Mr. Smith, will you please announce?
Yes, good evening, Your Honor. Brad Smith, representing Mr. Santiago.
Oh man, we're gonna be here all night, man. I got things to do.
Is our interpreter still there?
She's in a cuck.
Yes, I was not able to understand that one.
She's
It
on
was
that.
far away.
It seems that we're just having some connection issues. You can go ahead and disconnect. We'll get a different interpreter on the line.
Yep. Hell yeah. Good call, Judge. She's nodding out.
I apologize.
You apologize. Get a better internet connection. All that McDonald's and Starbucks is not cutting it right here. We need that Google Fiber, if you will. Here we go. We'll get the judge back on the screen there. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Are you out of your mind? Don't be a Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Don't be a Codo. Hit that follow. If you will, stop using dial-up. That's right. Hey, Bailey, thank you. Highly appreciate the follow. Hey, we're trying to get the big account to 10,000 so I could become part of the creator program. The big account's already about to be hitting 20,000, so highly appreciate it. If you will, give the interpreter, I'm going to give the interpreter 2 flushes. Agua. These interpreters are no bueno. Is this CT? Nah, this is Arizona.
Oh, do we have our interpreter on the line?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ah, okay. This was.
May I have your name and your interpreter number, please?
Name is Jasmine. ID number is 378413.
Okay, yeah, she's a native
Thank
speaker.
you. And are you prepared to interpret for a legal matter?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. We do have a couple of different people appearing on this one today, so we're going to be bouncing back and forth between individuals. If you need us to slow down, please just let us know.
Of course.
All right, let's get started. Good evening, sir. One more time, may I have your name and date of birth?
Okay.
Buenas tardes, señores. ¿Me puede repetir, por favor, su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
José Antonio Santiago, agosto 20 del 83.
José Antonio Santiago, August 20th of 83.
Thank you. And we have Mr. Santiago's attorney, Mr. Smith, in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor, Brad Smith for Mr. Santiago.
Ah, no, it's not working. It's no.
And is our interpreter still there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we just need you to interpret everything that's said so that Mr. Santiago understands what's going on.
Of course. Nada más para confirmar, señor, que tenemos abogado presente también con usted, el señor Brad Smith.
And then do we have a representation from the state?
Oh, no, please don't be.
También tenemos representante del Estado.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh.
George Kellerman.
Yes, we
from the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Good evening.
Sí, sí, señoría. Es George Kalman de la Maricopa County.
And so, Mr. Santiago, we are here today on a Superior Court new case.
Ok, señor Santiago, entonces nada más para confirmar que estamos haciendo un caso nuevo.
You were arrested on allegations of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked for DUI, which is a Class 4 felony.
This is the interpreter speaking. Do you mind repeating the charges for me, sir?
Yes, 1 count of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked for DUI, Class 4 felony.
Ok, señor, entonces aquí tenemos acusaciones de lo que es posiblemente su licencia que esté suspendida, aparte de lo que es el DUI, que es una felonía clase número 4.
Mr. Smith, did you want to be heard on probable cause?
Señor Smith, ¿le gustaría?
Your Honor, given Mr. Santiago's statements in the Form 4, I do not have any argument about probable cause.
One moment, please.
Can you tell your sister to give us a shout out, Helen, your sister-in-law?
Ok, señor, nada más para confirmar que no tiene ninguna otra informe sobre lo que se le alega.
Okay, I will, I'm sorry, Council Grant.
He was going to say something, but
I
I
will
will
find,
speak.
yeah, I will find probable cause based on what I have reviewed.
They're probably too cheap to hire an
Sí
interpreter
tenemos pruebas suficientes
in
para
person.
lo que se le ha sobrepasado.
Mr. Smith, are you going to be representing Mr. Santiago moving forward or just for today's purposes?
Señor Smith, ¿usted va a estar representando al señor Santiago de aquí en adelante o únicamente para el día de hoy?
Your Honor, we are in discussions with his family, but as of this point, we are only retained for the initial appearance.
Sí, estamos en comunicación con sus familias, pero todavía está en discusión. Por el momento únicamente será para esta representación.
Okay, I will appoint an attorney to represent Mr. Santiago at the next hearing.
Did anybody catch what this guy did? What this fella
Otro
did?
abogado estará puesto para el señor Santiago para el siguiente fecha de corte.
I am setting a status conference in the downtown Superior Court on March 18th at 8:30.
DUI. Gracias. Agua. Did somebody say aggravated DUI?
Is the interpreter speaking? Do you mind repeating the date and time?
Sure. March 18th at 8:30 a.m.
Ok, señor, entonces su siguiente corte sería para lo que es el 18 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana en la Corte del Centro.
And a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30.
You guys already know, drop one, flush one, if you will.
Y una
What do I
audiencia para lo que es el día 20 de marzo a las 8:30.
I did receive the state's recommendation on release conditions.
Sí recibimos lo que son las recomendaciones del Estado para posiblemente dejarlo salir.
Mr. Kellerman, did you want to be heard on anything
Welcome,
else?
Ohio. I gotta drop one now.
Señor
if
Kellerman,
you
¿quiere
will.
que se le escuche en alguna otra cosa?
This is George Kellerman for the prosecution.
Sí, este es el señor Kellerman para lo que es el Estado.
Because the court has read the state's reasons for its bond request,
Porque hemos leído lo que son las razones de lo que es la fianza del Estado.
the state requests a secured appearance bond of $5,000. Thank you.
Estamos requiriendo una fianza segura de $5,000. Gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Kellerman. Mr. Smith, did you want to be heard on release conditions?
Gracias, señor Kellerman. Señor Smith, ¿le gustaría indicar algo?
Your Honor, I did not have the privilege of seeing the state's recommendation or their reasoning for a $5,000 secured bond.
Señor, lamentablemente yo no tuve la posibilidad de poder saber las razones por las cuales el Estado ha requerido una fianza de $5,000.
But, Your Honor, I would ask the court to look at the fact that Mr. Santiago has no felony history, at least listed in the Form 4.
Pero sí me gustaría indicarles, señoría, que el señor Santiago no tiene ninguna felonía.
He has no prior failures to appear listed in the Form 4.
Tampoco en la forma número 4 no tiene ningún problema anteriormente de haber ido a corte.
This is an offense that, in my experience, the state will typically offer probation for.
Yeah, sometimes I run 2, 3,
Por
or
lo
4
que
or 5
es-
streams at the same time from
Lo
different
que es
places.
la ofensa, señor, típicamente eso puede dar lo que es probation.
And it's my position that the comment about his status is inappropriate and should not be considered by the court.
Por lo cual me gustaría indicar que lo de su estatus del señor no se ha considerado por la corte.
So I would ask Your Honor to release him to pretrial services with alcohol monitoring.
Entonces me gustaría pedirle a usted, su señoría, que se le respete lo que es fianza para lo que es un pretrial y que tenga monitoreado lo que es el alcohol.
That lawyer is too busy playing with his damn
Mr.
tie.
Santiago, I am going to go in between the state's recommendation and your attorney's argument.
Señor Santiago, quiero que sepas que me voy a ir entre medio de lo que son las razones del Estado y más aparte lo que es de su abogado.
This was too busy.
I am concerned that you may not have a valid driver's license in the state of Arizona or internationally, from what I understand.
Trying to button up his coat, his blazer.
Sí, veo que usted no tiene una licencia de conducir válida en lo que es el Estado de Arizona o internacionalmente.
So I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $2,500.
Entonces, por esas razones, sí le voy a poner una fianza de $2,500.
I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community.
Better call Sal Goodman.
También voy a estar ordenando que tenga lo que son los servicios de pretrial y más aparte que tenga servicio comunitario.
He's thinking about how
And that they
last day
conduct alcohol testing and monitoring as a
didn't go
condition of your
well.
release.
Y que ellos conducten lo que son los monitoreados de alcohólicas en lo que usted está suelto.
I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license.
También le estoy indicando que no puede estar tomando ni manejando sin una licencia de conducir válida y que no tenga usted posesión de ninguna clase de armas ni drogas.
All of this will be in your paperwork, and I'll make sure Mr. Smith gets a copy of his release conditions as well.
Todo esto estará mencionado en lo que es su papeleo y más aparte le voy a dar una copia al señor Smith.
Mr. Santiago, do you have any questions specifically about my orders?
No.
Señor Santiago, ¿usted tiene alguna otra pregunta sobre las órdenes?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Smith, if you wanted to talk to your client back in the room behind you, feel free to utilize that, but we are now concluded on Mr. Santiago's hearing.
Ok, señor, si gusta hablar con su abogado, por lo tanto, ya concluimos con lo que es audiencia.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No!
And Mr. Kellerman, feel free to disconnect. I believe that was the only one you were appearing on. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. And to our interpreter, we do have one more matter. Give us just 1 second, and we'll get him in the courtroom.
Of course.
Gabio Martinez to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Gabriel Soto. Oh.
For our interpreter, go ahead.
Ok, buenas tardes, señor. Si me pudiera indicar, por favor, su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Gabriel Soto Martínez y 12 de diciembre de 84.
Gabriel Soto Martínez, 12 of 84.
Is your date of birth December 18th?
Yeah, diciembre 18 de 84.
Yes, December of 84.
Okay, thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant.
Ok, sí estamos aquí por lo que es su falta de aparecer en lo que es su falta.
I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case.
Al parecer ya tenemos un caso aquí con su abogado.
I'm setting a status conference on March 18th at 8:30.
Vamos a hacer una conferencia de estatus el día 18 de marzo a las 8:30.
And a preliminary hearing on March 20th at 8:30.
Y una audiencia el día 20 a las 8:30.
Those will both be in the downtown Superior Court.
Eso sería en la Corte Superior del Centro.
I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. It's a $500 secured bond.
Por lo que es la fianza, señor, serían $500.
I am also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid license.
También voy a estar ordenando que no tenga usted en su posesión ninguna clase de droga, al menos de que sea con receta, y que no esté conduciendo, al menos de que sea con la licencia de conducir válida.
This will all be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto estará en su papeleo. ¿Tiene alguna otra pregunta?
No, está bien.
No, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat.
Okay, agarre su papeleo para su lado izquierdo y tome su asiento.
That's it. And thank you to our interpreter. That was the only ones we needed, John. Feel free to disconnect at any time.
Thank you for using our services. Goodbye.
Thank you. And then number 28, 36, and 34 were listed as house calls. I did receive information prior to the calendar starting that number 34 is unable to function and number 28 is combative. So I will find that both of these individuals are a danger to themselves or others. If they were brought to court, I will conduct their initial appearances at their cell. For number 28 and 36, we're here today on Justin Watcott, Superior Court new case, and then also a probation violation warrant. On his new case, arrested on allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint him an attorney, set a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 and an evidentiary hearing on March 19th at 1:30 p.m. in the downtown Superior Court. I will hold him non-bondable because he was on felony release when these allegations allegedly occurred. For number 36, we're here to offer Mr. Watcott on a probation violation warrant for violating term 1. I'll appoint him an attorney in that case as well, set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, and I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $1,000 on that case. For number 34, Mercedes Mercury, we're here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on an allegation of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony. I will affirm the attorney already appointed to represent her, set a status conference on March 18th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, and I will affirm the bond and the warrant of $500 secured. I will review the release conditions with Mr. Watcott and Ms. Mercury at their cell and provide them with a written copy of their release conditions. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 8 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 p.m.
All right, guys, court is over. Court has concluded. But this is not the last court of the night. There's still one more. You'd be like, what? James? One more court? But it's already late. I know. The last court is going to be at 11 p.m. So that'll be in, what time is it right now? It's 8:49. So 2 hours and 11 minutes. If you guys are counting the seconds, I can't tell you. But I'm going to be back, all right? I'm going to be back. So if you're not following, hit that follow button so you get that notification when I'm on. So like that, you don't have to rely on me getting on the FYP. As soon as I hit the go live, you'll be notified that we're online right here. We're trying to build up this community right here. So I'm trying to get the small account up to 10,000 subscribers out in the UK. So hey, if you're in the UK, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mates. And remember, when you're walking around out there in the underground, mind the gap. Mind the gap. What time? 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's California time. It's 11 Pacific Standard Time. Hey, love your lives. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, everybody tuning in. I know you guys have a whole variety of different people that you guys could be watching, but it's a true honor to have you guys on here, day after day, hour after hour, if you will. And just in case if you're gonna fall asleep right now, just be aware that I'll be back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Thursday. We're either gonna be doing Utah Board of Parole hearings, or we're gonna be doing Connecticut, or who knows what other state I might find. So definitely be on the lookout in the morning if you're gonna go to sleep now. But we'll be back. We will be back, if you will. Anyhow, hey, I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a Collect Call From. Do you ever do Texas? Texas, I do sometimes. I do Judge Boyd and Fletcher, and there's one other one I can't recall his name, but I haven't done them in some time. Vancouver, Washington, it's live tomorrow. That's right. You're not gonna be here at 11. Yeah, I just said I'm gonna be back at 11. Come on, Tonka, open your ears, eh? Anyhow, hey, I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a Collect Call From, and like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, I'm out. Hey, also check out my videos. Drop some comments. Repost some videos. Help me get to the algorithm. We're trying to get in. We're trying to what is it? We're trying to get some engagement going, if you will. I'm tired of those bots, those fake accounts dropping comments. Those don't count. I need some real people, and I hope you guys are real. I hope you guys are not in some Chinese farm, on a bot farm. That would be no bueno. Imagine I'm doing all of this, and then it's just one person controlling all these phones in a Chinese bot farm. Oh, hell no. I think I'm talking to real people. Are you guys bots? Oh, no, man. This is it. This is it. Let's see. What time does the parole hearing start? I normally start about 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Damn. That'll be the ultimate, got you. Fool, you're not even talking to anybody. You're just talking to some bot farms or ChatGPT. Damn it. Anyhow, hey, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. We'll be back. We'll be back in a few, all right? In about 2 hours, all right? I'm out, guys. I'm out.